Good morning. Thank you for staying.
This will be brief, by the way.
Yeah. I just want to say I've been a member here for 17 years, and this morning I felt the reason I've stayed here for so long, because I love this church and I love the people in it, and I'm so glad that we're still here after the 17 years. I figured out that calculates to more than 600 services that I've been at here, so it's quite a lot.
Wow, you're counting.
Well, I just calculated. I just took an educated guess based on the numbers. So the stewardship committee, which has been reconstituted, is looking for ways to make the finances, the conversation about the finances, more transparent and open with the congregation. And sorry, I'm just kind of looking through my notes here. And one of the things that we realized we needed to do was get a better handle on how much money we could expect from our core members, our members and friends, actually. And we decided that we would do this, and I'll get into it in just a moment, for the period of August to December of this year. So far, this past year, we only received one pledge form. So it makes it very difficult for the congregation to predict our finances and our budget and what we need to go out and fundraise and all of that. So I'm gonna take a moment. This is a form and we'll go through it quickly. We're asking you to please fill it out and return it by next Sunday. And I want to say at the very beginning of this, we love you and value you no matter what you can give. We are a church that really does not pay a lot of attention to that in terms of any value or love that we have for you. So please know that is the case. This is not a way for us to do that. This is a way for us to just be able to stabilize our finances. If you look down on the financial report part, it says that our year-to-date income is $25,563. Our year-to-date expenses is $37,832. That means that we've had a shortfall so far this year of a negative $12,000, basically. Our budget for August to December, just the regular budget, is $32,000. When you add the shortfall back in, it means we need to somehow or another raise $44,000 for this next 5 months in order to balance the books. We are also looking at other things, fundraising, outreach programs. We're going to be doing a letter campaign. But that's the basic goal that we have. And I think it is important to know that we do have enough money in the reserves to run the church at this rate for over a year. So we are not imminently in trouble, but we wanted to start right now before we go any further in the hole to engage the congregation on this. Any questions about those numbers? No? Okay. So we have three, the Pillar Pledge, if you see down here, we have a couple of categories of pledging on the other side. One of them is called the Pillar Pledge, and that is that we recognize that there are some people that might be able to give an extra amount above what they normally give as an extra donation to the church. We did this before and it was quite successful. The other thing is cover a cost pledge. So let's turn over the form And we tried to make this as simple as we could. I hope it makes sense to you. You'll see the top box says 2024, August to December, regular pledge, and that's all members and friends. And we're saying friends because we know not everyone becomes an official member, but maybe a regular attendee. And you can just put an amount just for the 5 months to the end of the year. The second section is the pillar pledge, which is a pledge above the regular stewardship. And you can fill in any amount that you want there. And the last section is what we're calling cover a cost pledge. Some people like to pledge their funds towards a specific expense that the church has. So we've listed some of the church expenses, what the expense is from August to December, and if you'd like to contribute to one of those expenses, you can fill in the amount there. And we're asking people just, thoughtfully consider this and turn the forms in by next Sunday. You can put it in the offering basket. You can hand it to Denise or myself. So there's a couple ways to do that. And this is a pattern that we need to do every year so that we have a sense of how much money is coming in. I don't know, did I miss anything?
No, I don't think Mike missed anything. I really want to stress 2 things that Mike already said. No one is obligated to give. That is not who we are as a church. This is just being transparent, and this is where we are, and anything you can give and anything you can give above and beyond is greatly appreciated. The second thing along those lines is we are not imminent to closing our doors. This is not a panic. This is not a panic. If we don't reach this goal, we'll still be here in January of 2025, okay? But if we don't stop this trend, there will be a day where we will have to make a decision as a congregation, do we continue? Or how do we continue? So please hear both of those things loud and clear.
And just so you know, I did a count of the remaining Sundays. So the end of the year, there's 21 Sundays, not including this one. So there's 21 Sundays, so that should help you out with your math if you need help with that.
Okay, any questions, comments?
Yeah, I had a question, just something you said like at the beginning. You said you'd only received one pledge for,
This year,
from
yeah.
the congregation. I know I'd given mine verbally, and I said, did I need to make it on paper? And I was told no.
Oh, okay. Well, then we may have missed that in the count. So there might have been one or two others.
I choose to give quarterly.
Right. So that, we may have missed the verbal ones, to be honest.
Michael?
I think also it needs to be understood too that we're not necessarily talking your personal funds. If you know a way that we can raise some funds, or you can raise some funds for the church, by all means, do it.
Yeah,
If you need a lot of us to help with that, let us know and we can help you, or we can all join together in your fundraiser. Or if it's something you can do, let's say at work or whatever, that's cool too. We just need to fundraise for our bills.
I mean, basically part of what we're trying to do is open up the conversation to include the congregation so that we're not just a small committee sitting off in a corner making all these decisions that affect it.
I know I've told this story in the past. I've been in a church where they had a closed off committee. It was a building committee, and they started making decisions. By the time everything was said and done, this building that was supposed to cost $500,000 cost $2 million. And everybody in the congregation is like, how did it get out of control? So basically, like we're saying, we're just trying to say, hey, this is what's going on. We want you to know. We're not saying, oh my God, and warning words and stuff like
We're
that.
not at that place.
But we just want you all to know to be mentally prepared, you know, hey, this is what we're coming in, this is what we're asking.
You'll notice, I think everyone has seen that we do print the high-level finances on all of the printed bulletins that go out, so at least those are there. Any other questions, comments?
I just want to make a comment. I know, especially if you grew up in a church that asks for fines, it could be a touchy subject.
Yeah.
Give what's in your heart. Not what's in your wallet, you know, or what you feel obligated to do, but give because your heart tells you to do it.
The purpose of the Board of Servants primarily is for the fiduciary responsibilities, and, you know, the board is being financially wise in putting this out there now and not waiting till we got 4 months, and if we don't raise money, we're done. So this is meant as a proactive, not as a final resort.
And we do have a stewardship committee meeting on the second Sunday of every month right after services. That's purposely the week before the Board of Servants meeting, so that any stuff that we transact with that stewardship committee can go, you know, for consideration to the board. And you're welcome to attend those. Those are open meetings.
I would like to say one more thing too, that
Sure.
in terms of stewardship, it's not always all about the money.
Right.
We need to think of this holistically as well. If you don't have the cash in your wallet, but God is telling you, you placing the need to give, there are so many ways you can give.
Yeah.
Give of your time. You never know that person that you talk to, that you help, may not come back and say, wow, you helped change my life. I want to see your mission continue.
Right.
And this is what I will contribute to help you do that. I've seen that happen in this church already many times.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that's very true.
Don't feel you're not participating, that you're not giving. Every contribution you make of yourself and your soul is a contribution to this church.
That's right.
You know, and as you look at this, I mean, we've got there's a line there for an extra $5,000. Don't let that stand in your way. If you come home and you've got, you know, an extra $1.25 in your pocket from change, I've got a jar I keep on my dresser where I throw all my change in. I plan on bringing that in. Denise isn't going to like it because she's going to get no.
Oh, trust me, I got something to say.
But seriously,
Can we do it on the same
what I
day?
do.
Yes, we need to fill the bucket, get like a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket, and we'll walk in and we'll just dump all the
but
change.
seriously, it's literally every contribution will help.
That's exactly what I do, Bob.
Denise has got a question.
I don't have a question, but in my mind, I just declared that September is gonna be our coin month. So we will have a bucket here,
Our coin
and
month.
everyone can bring in
I
their
get you.
coins, and I will accept them with a smile.
The whole month of September.
September is coin month.
Well, we previously did the Starbucks, like skip your Starbucks,
Right.
and that was pretty successful. So if you want to, as yourself, you know, sacrifice something that you do. That,
And we're planning, I'm working something, trying to figure something out, a good day for this, but we are an LGBTQ church, right? We like to have some fun.
That's right.
We're planning, I'm gonna try to figure out a good day for this, hopefully next month. If not early October. I wanna do a aChurch4Me drag show at Charlie's Chicago. Sunday afternoon after service.
that's
Bring in other organizations. If anybody wants to compete, they can
Oh, that's
compete.
a tremendous idea, Teresa. I
And
love
then
it.
the other thing that I brought up was, wild roulette drag, where you can offer, if you have money, you can put 20 bucks in, and you say, I wanna see so-and-so do a number. Where that so-and-so gets it, but if so-and-so that person wants to opt out from doing a number, you know what they do? They have to put $20 in the bucket. So either way, we're gonna be trying to do things to make
So,
money and have fun.
yeah,
with
we've
it.
got events and fundraisers that we're looking at. Yes,
You know, I wanna throw into the hat, say November, that you cut off all streaming services,
all,
from, if you subscribe to, Max or Netflix
Oh.
or Apple Music or whatever, you name it, any streaming service, cut it off for a month and then donate that amount.
if that's too much, you can match the amount and give, you
Yeah.
don't have to cut it off. Like, I heard people, I heard some gasps there, like, oh my goodness. Yes,
Jim,
hi, in the back.
I was gonna say, sorry, I was gonna say what you said, that maybe you could also give what you do for your streaming.
Yeah,
services.
right,
Yeah.
right. Kenny?
Yeah, I wanna make a suggestion that probably sounds kind of corny, but, don't worry, I'm trying to get the National Federation of the Blind fundraising committee to do the same thing, but, because I'm on that, but I was wondering, and I think this is something that we haven't done before, which, you know, kind of appeals to my sense of adventure side, is, one of the things to raise funds is, you know, let's sell candy, because, you know what, I mean, America loves its chocolate.
Well, all these ideas would be great if you come to one of the stewardship meetings. That's, we have really spent the bulk of this last month getting this ready. So we're now gonna open up into other things. And I love the energy here, I love the enthusiasm. I think as a church, I feel very confident that we can overcome this and even put ourselves in a financially very stable position. We just need to work together and know that it's for a good cause. So any other questions about the form or the pledge? And again, it's just August to December of this year. To be honest, there will be another one for next year, but it will be a continuum. Yes, Denise?
I just wanna say that, as always, aChurch4Me books are open. If anyone
Yeah.
ever want to see the numbers, see how they're coming in, see what's happening, let me know. The books are open, and I'm more than willing to get you the information that you may be asking about.
Great. I'm gonna just close us in prayer if there's nothing else. I really appreciate your staying. Dear God, you know, the task before us looks monumental, but this church has survived for 17 years, and we've been through financial cycles before, and we've made it with your guidance and love. And help us to look at, as Bob was talking about today, we may face a storm here, or we may face, you know, the winds gathering up, but with you as our center, we know that anything is possible. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, everybody.
What's wrong with you cutting off streaming?